Sunday for an interesting topic, which is going in chain with the women's women health series that we have been doing. So I hope you all had your breakfast and you're sat relaxed to listen to what our special guest is going to talk today. Okay. So before we begin the actually topic of discussion, let me introduce the speaker of the day for you all. So here we have the 31st session of the National Nutrition Awareness Campaign that we have been doing. So today's topic is in line with the second, in row, the Women's Day special series that we've been doing. So let's welcome the speaker, Ms. Poonam Upadhayay. Poonam is based in Mumbai with 7+ years of experience. She has done her master's in dietary food service management and diploma in naturopathy. Apart from being a dietitian and naturopath, she's a holistic lifestyle and Garbha Sanskar coach. She's also a certified diabetes educator and yoga and meditation expert. She's the founder of Tadastu Holistic Health and is passionate to heal people rather than just fixing the problem. She works on mind, body, and emotions in treating the person. Her area of specialization, apart from Garbha Sanskar, is diabetes, PCOS, and obesity. She aims to work for women empowerment, cultural upliftment, and sustainable living. Her motto is to create a community which act consciously and uplift each other. So let's welcome Ms. Poonam Upadhayay, the speaker of today, who would be enlightening us about Garbha Sanskar, which is nothing but the pregnancy care.
Thank you so much, Jyothi, and thank you for inviting me and letting me letting the awareness go of Garbha Sanskar everywhere, how important it is and what beautiful changes it has in when we do it in a woman who is converting herself from a lady to a woman, from mother towards motherhood.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
There's the need of the so what's Garbha Sanskar is already all that term means. It's nothing but Garbha, and when you carry someone in the womb, which is nothing but the pregnancy, how do we deal with it? What kind of care, what kind of precautions that one should take so that they have a healthy and happy pregnancy and a healthy and happy child. So having said that, we might be seeing so many scenarios around where 1/3 of the population doesn't know that they are even pregnant, unless otherwise they come up with symptoms sometime later in 3rd month. We have 1/3 of a segment of people who are trying so hard to get pregnant, but they have failed to do so because they don't know where the problem is. And we have the other 1/3 of lucky people who just get pregnant when and where, however they feel like, and have a happy and healthy pregnancies. We have a various kind of people. But the thing that we need to understand is whether that is, last week we spoke about preconception, because how important is it to take the care before one is getting pregnant? But most of the times that awareness level is not there. So we miss on that aspect. So having said that, if someone gets suddenly pregnant and still want to, the first thing that comes to their mind, oh, now I'm pregnant. I have to become healthy all of a sudden. They have to work, they should eat healthy, they should stay healthy, everything should become healthy, which becomes a near miracle, is it not, if you don't work on it? So just considering the importance given to pregnancy, it shows how important this special stage in a woman's life is. So this special stage should be considered with much care and awareness. So we are bringing on this session to you all, how we can take good care. As Women's Day is approaching, this is a much needed topic for all women. So Poonam, let's begin with, as I've been talking about how we get to know pregnancy. Either they have to miss the periods or they should have nausea or the vomitings. Most of the films shows the people vomiting and that's how they get pregnant. So means symptoms, physical symptoms are the first thing that a woman gets to know by herself or by the family that she is pregnant. So having said that, how we can manage all the symptoms or the challenges that pregnancy is throwing at a person? Team, kindly mute the people. Thank you. Um, how we can challenge, how we can address the symptoms or the challenges that the person is going through with a good part of nutrition, or how this Garbha Sanskar techniques, like whatever you being a naturopath, you've been dealing a different method to deal. So how this actually helps them to ease out these symptoms and challenges?
Yeah, thank you, Jyothi. Actually, what happens, as you correctly said, half of the population doesn't know that they are already pregnant. So these are the pregnancy symptoms which are very prominent, and it shows that yes, these are the specific sign of pregnancy, and you should go and do a proper checkup so that you are confirmed that you are pregnant. So as per Ayurveda, or we are dividing the all the three trimester. First, like we have divided 9 months into three months, and it is said that one trimester, one particular doshas. There are three doshas: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So these three doshas, one trimester, one dosha is prominent. So the symptoms are such that you will have whatever the unease is there, or the symptoms will be in that manner. For example, in the first trimester, Vata dosha is very prominent. Vata is Vayu or air, you can say. So when this is prominent, because bodily changes are happening. Your this one new entity is coming. It's like a seed which is embedded inside, and which is going to be nourished into a proper plant, right? So this is what is the phase for the first trimester, where lots of changes, internal changes are happening. Outside you cannot understand that much, but internally, uh, Vayu, air is moving lots in all the directions, you can say in simple words. So breast soreness, morning sickness, these are one of the symptoms. Frequent urination, fatigue, tiredness is quite unique in this first trimester, and one of the reason is bath is aggravated. So movements are more inside, and as we want the life to grow, so the symptoms are more prominent. Let's go to second trimester, and there pitta dosha, pitta is connected to heat, is more prominent. So heartburn, then increased of acidity is more, indigestion, cravings. You can and like we all have gone to pregnancy, so cravings is more in this second trimester, and indigestion, and also various kind of emotions, and this we experience during this second trimester. So pitta is heat, and heat gets little aggravated. So this is about second trimester. And the third trimester is kapha dosh, as we are preparing our body for the next phase, where we will be delivering our child swiftly. So that's why this kapha dosha, which is more of grounding and giving a proper this, so that is more prominent in third week. So third trimester, and then this third trimester, though you are well versed with that, you have experience of 2 months, and this third month you have different challenges to come with, where your belly is fully grown, and the weight of the baby is now increasing every week. So that different kind of discomfort is there. To take care of that physically, kapha dosha is aggravated. So this is about the doshas. Now, if the Vata dosha in the first, this is aggravated, this is how it Vata dosha is aggravated. So we have the symptoms. Pitta is there. So in this phase, though we have all the symptoms, but we can divide this into this three particular doshas, and during that phase, that is more prominent, or we can feel that in more precise manner. We can make out that yes, So this is there. So this is how it goes in as per
Okay. So the first trimester, it is air, second is heat. What is kapha?
kapha is earth element.
Earth. Okay. So the three elements. See, guys, we all live along with the nature, and all five elements are equally important for us. We always keep telling about the natural living and how we can enhance our health by co-living with nature. So the body also functions equally in the similar manner. This is nothing different from what we actually do. That only thing is the awareness part is missing. So as we are talking so much about the symptoms and challenges, see, the moment we get to hear that someone is pregnant, there are several things which comes to their mind. People might be worried about, okay, if someone is not gaining weight, they are worried about weight gain. If someone is not no, if they're too much of gaining weight, then they are worried about that weight gain. There is gestational diabetes which may come or which may not come. There are so many people who even come from the third month. I need to take care. What should I do to prevent me getting diabetes in pregnancy, which they get to know only in seventh month. But it's all like preoccupied the thoughts of inviting illness more of, like thyroid issues or the anemia or multiple complications and disorders. So having said that, how do we manage and how do we prevent all these kind of pregnancy complications so that we can make the life so that we can make it a smoother phase?
Yes, definitely. So as I mentioned, like these are uh, the three trimesters, and some doshas are prominent in particular trimester. So you can see in this, maybe our lifestyle has become more sedentary, and we have to correct our lifestyle. That is one of the major area where we have to focus. Automatically, if we connect, we have a good lifestyle, and if we are connecting to nature and our own self, this things can be taken care of. So as you mentioned, high blood pressures, diabetes, this thyroid, everything comes in this phase. So basically, have a healthy and active lifestyle. It is not like if you are pregnant, then uh, you cannot do certain, like yeah, there are some factors which you cannot do, but there are multiple things which can be explored, and you can enjoy this phase in a manner as we are blessed as a woman to undergo this change and invite different progenies. So if you have that, if we have that mindset, and with that mindset, if we are working on our lifestyle, automatically these things can be reduced and also removed, not required in our lifestyle. So little bit of what, as I mentioned about Vat, Pit, and Kapha. So something which that is there. So according to that, there are certain guidelines which are given in the diet which should be maintained, and the general guidelines, as we all know what the health should be, how we can be healthy, that can be followed. So having like more of sweet flavor, sweet foods. Madhu, there are 6 rasas, and Madhu ras is one of thing which should be taken in ample amount in this 9 month. This is what is mentioned in our text. So what is Madhu or sweet? Is it all sweet dishes? No. It is about milk, butter, ghee, that part, as also cereal, pulses, so whole cereals, whole pulses, that should be included in our diet. So when you are having that, the all the symptoms also, the pregnancy symptoms can be managed very well as uh, if we are going towards some life this during the pregnancy, if we are having some complication, that also can be managed very well. So this all things can be included in our diet. And as as we progress in our trimester, so we actually understand that how it works. So having all that thing, and as it progresses, when we feel that the body is unable to, we are uncomfortable, so it is recommended to have very easily digestible meals in our diet. so that the energy is not occupied only in digesting food, but it is helping us to manage ourselves properly. And having a good physical activity like walking, yoga is also must, because this all things comes together. Nothing is separate. So if we are having combination of all the things together, so definitely it helps us to work on these complications and as I said, remove or release it. And we have seen the case like in one of our clients who were there. So she was in the last semester and preeclampsia. Her blood pressure was high, 140, above 140, 90, and 140, 140. And then the doctor suggested then if in 3 months, 3 days, sorry, if in 3 days, if her blood pressure is not coming down, then immediately they have to operate her. So uh, we did different activities, of course. The craving part, we give the option to the all the pregnant ladies to have a healthy lifestyle and healthy diet. But sometimes, yes, your craving should also be addressed. Nothing should be unaddressed. So what happened that in that craving part, once we tell you can have those, she had it in ample amount, and then the when the blood pressure was not coming down, then again we worked on her diet, her lifestyle, her mental this, that how the she was thinking, the fear was dominating her, that what will happen, how will the further process go. So everything we worked upon, and with a proper correct lifestyle, as well as the techniques which we gave her, they all helped her not only to survive in that 3 days, but up till 1.5 month, when the doctor gave her proper dates of delivery, she was stable till that time. So this is how beautifully it worked, only through lifestyle. Yes, the doctor had prescribed the medications and she was taking medications. But initially, with medications also, the blood pressure was not coming down. But after just having this approach, it was much better. In a better way, she was able to come through the journey
Wonderful.
of her.
Wonderful, and congratulations on that. So, guys, the message that we need to understand is, I'll just relate with a simple example. Yesterday, I've been to a talk at one of the Women's Day event, okay, talking to a gathering of women. So, the questions that I asked initially is, what is your priority in life? And to my surprise, 80% said health. Then, end of the discussion, after 1 hour, I asked them the same question. If that is your priority, what is that you're going to do for it? Similarly, when pregnancy is there, everything has to come in shape, in perfect form, in no time. It's fabulous that Poonam was able to achieve these changes in 3 months, 3 days. But it's not possible in all the incidents. So the message that we want you all to consider is this. When you consider the importance of pregnancy, the kind of value, the kind of attention, the kind of importance a woman gives to herself, the family gives to a woman, if you can continue the same every single day in your life, trust me, there are no hassles in pregnancy. Because you're taking care of yourself every single day. And when this is done, you are prepared and you know how to handle it because we are pre-prepared. When we study for a year long and give an exam, and if we study for a day and give an exam, you know the difference, right? Similarly, the same thing applies to any of the life events, be it pregnancy or lactation or childbirth or be it anything. It's not one day batting, guys. So please take this message ahead. Okay. Apart from this, there are a lot of physiological and psychological problems that a women come across during pregnancy. Say, for example, in the second trimester, once the tummy starts growing further, they have all these discomforts of breathlessness. People have back pains, and it has taken as a tagline that if you get pregnant, you get back pain.
Yeah, yeah.
All these things, they're so hilarious to you even state, but this is the notions that people carry. There's sort of psychological fears. Okay, what I will do, how the pain, especially if there is a lot of fear about pain management during labor, when my water will broke, what I will do, how I have supposed to manage, what will be the bleeding time. Lots of questions which actually trouble or stress out the women all through the pregnancy. So how should we deal these physiological and psychological changes that are happening among women?
Yeah. So basically, like how we work, if we work holistically, we are learning that it's not only one area where which we have to look upon. It is all the 7 areas of the life where we have to look upon. So similar thing applies here, where actually if there are some ladies who are like fearful that what will happen to my finances in this delivery, after delivery, or how will I manage my work, how will my I balance. So many things going around, and physically we are able to take care of the things, but whatever is going inside, as you correctly said, that is never addressed. So once you address, then we will realize that there are so many of things which are we are not heading them, like where it is going they are not understanding. So they have their own thought process, due to which sometimes it happens that we create complications. And when this is addressed and this is taken care, so automatically other part can be easily managed. So the 7 areas of the like physical, physiological, mental, social, spiritual, career, financial, and fun and recreation, everything should be given importance. So as if you are in the pregnancy zone, so we have to, as a mother, like, or as a woman entering towards motherhood, so is every area addressed, we have to take care of that aspect of it. So once we address, we understand that there are some areas which are we are not heeding, we are not giving attention towards this. And if you are not giving attention, we feel that it's not required. But sometimes if you're not giving attention, it's there inside unresolved, and that is what is creating trouble in mothers or women's heart. So that address in like in Garbha Sanskar, how we do, we try out different methods. We connect with the women every week, and there are different procedures. Like we try to make a proper thing that what things are bothering them. Unless and until that thing doesn't come out, they are unable to explore themselves, or they are unable to think in the future. If we tell them also that like what are as you said, what are your priorities, or which thing if you want to work upon, they are clueless. So like we so that's why we try to remove that fear or the things which is bothering them, just by simply answering also it is resolved. And then through mantra chantings, through how we can manage the things, or how some role model we try them that how your baby should be, and we give them a specific task every week or every month, so that the mind is focused on something which is positive rather than wandering here and there. So we will choose the things which are positive and which will help them to grow. So this is what, like, to be in the present moment, we try to grab them and bring them in the present moment and enjoy that moment rather than going here and there. So because for them now normal things are not normal, so bodily changes are having bodily changes are happening, hormonal imbalance, because now also they are adapting to the lifestyle. And so that thing is always there. And if we go towards our society, friends, family, mostly the thing they will grab is only some suggestion ideas, and mostly the examples which we get from the surrounding is also a sort of negative, which again it hampers their physiological thing, and that is more worsen. And the other thing is whom to speak to. This all thing, if they speak, that people feel, why are you speaking? Don't think about it, just stop thinking. This doesn't happen, this doesn't work like that. We, as we are working in this holistic field, we know that if the thought has arisen for somewhere, it need a proper thing, environment and seed, if you have to grow it or we have to suppress it. So that way
Yeah,
is how we work upon by this different activities, and with that we have different like activities also planned, like coloring, drawing, painting, very simple activity where they are calm and composed. So when that anxiety is relieved, automatically that things are taken care of. So this is how it happens, and if you we observe, we only feel that satisfaction as a coaches,
absolutely.
that yes, simple things can bring such a huge change. And one more example I remembered. So with one client, she was working, and she never connected with her child because like, okay, I've conceived, I have to carry this baby for 9 months. So just in 1 or 2 sessions when we connected, I and Prachi, we do it together. So whatever thing we have gained, we have learned and gained together. So within one session, when we were connecting to her, and we just spoke to her for 10 to 15 minutes, and told her to just let's hold her baby and just understand, and just this small affirmations we did with her, and she started crying. It was her second trimester, and she was like, this is the first time where I understood that how important it is for me to go in this process and connect. And this methods of where physically and physiologically changes we were able to bring, but with this small activity. So it is like that.
Wonderful. So good to hear all these things. So the thing is, guys, to put them in all in a nutshell, the moment a woman gets pregnant, a girl gets pregnant, you get advice from 10 fingers. I hope you all can relate to what we are saying. It's not one person. Every other person is ready to give an advice. So what happens when we have this overload of information is the person, the women who's going through this vulnerable stage will not understand what is necessary for her and what is not. And this just left her in so much of confusion, anxiety, and a fear of future that what might happen next. No, this words we are just drawing, we are just welcoming the complications, thinking that I might get. Someone in the family has gestational diabetes. Oh, see, they have. I might get it. These kind of thoughts, these kind of fears, these kind of belief systems, when we carry with ourselves all through the pregnancy, we ended up making it because there is a slogan, you are what you think. you know Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Whatever you think, you become that end of the day. So it's very important to keep away from all these things, and for this the only way to do is approach a right person who can guide you so well, because you are there with the right information, living in the right present moment, not bothering about the next day. Today is what is meant, and that's how we should go about for the next, all through the 9 months. And beautifully said, the activities, they're really, really going to be helpful, because we all know that these small things what brings us big pleasures in life. So having said that, how we can see, till now we have spoken about a lot of symptoms, challenges, changes, and issues and fears. So having said all these things, the next step that we will move ahead is, okay, knowing, having said and knowing all these things, how can one prepare, a woman can prepare herself to be a healthy body, to actually address a healthy delivery process, and to bring on a healthy child. What kind of things can we do? What do you suggest, Poonam?
Yeah, so I think Garbha Sanskar plays a very important role here. and this is what is our intention, and this is what we want to put in mother or in the parents, father and mother both. So generally there were many activities which were going around during how Prachi spoke last week about before pregnancy, during the pregnancy, and also after pregnancy, it continues. But I will be speaking about in this three trimester, there are some samskaras. Samskaras are just activities which we were doing so that the mother and child get that good energy, good frequency, and the things they which we are doing it now, they were doing it from many years, like 1,000 years. They were practicing this because they were working holistically. Now we are just understanding that concept and slowly trying to bring that again in our community. So to bring that healthy baby and healthy body first, the samskaras I will talk, and what activity we did with our people who were connected to us, that I will share. So there are two samskaras, Pumswan sanskaras and Simhotna sanskaras, which I am going to speak about. So this is a Sanskrit term, just as no, I'm just creating a Garbha Sanskar version, but that can be a different version too. We have to understand the concept. So in the third month, after, as we all know, the first trimester is very one of the thing we don't discuss when, if you might know, or if you have gone to our pregnancy in the first trimester, we usually never announce that we are pregnant, because it is said that we might also it is a very thin line कि हाँ, we should reach up to the second trimester. So this Pumswan samskara was done where medicated ghee or ghee and one type of this dal or pulses was placed in nostril, and some mantra chantings were done, and and that was very essential to do in that time. So what happens, it acts like progesterone in our body. So if you see now, if you go to gynec for first trimester, now it has become mandatory. All the gynecologists give this progesterone injections or through supplements, which helps us to keep our this intact, so that we don't have some miscarriage or abortion. So this was a holistic approach towards that, which was practiced and still practiced at many places, where they that mantra had that effect, where they used to create a good surrounding mentally, or as we said, the intention was such that the first semester is going very smoothly. So that was that frequency was sent in the universe and given to the mother also, as she was doing this. So she know that yes, I'm doing this, so definitely my first semester will go very well. So this is how it worked, and it helped the mother to stay positive in the first trimester. And now let's go to the last trimester, or second, in between second or third trimester, this samskaras or this activity is done. So usually all the people are gathered from the community of father and mother, and they give this coconut in mother to be the pregnant mom's womb, and they keep, and everyone tells something positive about the child and the mother during that time. And they, this is the time of transition, like all of us who have experienced the pregnancy. So the transition from second trimester to third trimester, we know it's like we have to really force ourselves, push ourselves to get up, to do small activities. So this is the time where we get ready. We wear all colorful. It is said like you have to wear a very colorful bangles and do all that shringar, so that yes, all the shringar, it is how it is sola samskar. Similarly, sola shringar, what we say, so that we look beautiful. So when we are doing it physically also, we are actually diverting ourselves from that discomfort, and that bangles, it is said you wear colorful bangles. So because the child is also, the growth has happened, where the sensory, motor, all the neurons are developed, and now we are inviting him that Abhi, this is now, little time is there left in the womb, and now the after some time you will be in our hands. So that way beautifully we are preparing the child also and mother also in this process to uh, adjust and accept it very positively. And we invite family and friends, because when they all are together, our strength increases. So this is how samskaras work, or the activities which we do based on that works. And also we introduce meditation, because there are again some things which are common and keeps on repeating, though we try to address them. So when the mother, when she's connected and together, when we go into the calmer state, she is able to, after going into calmer state, as we said, we practice affirmations, we practice mantra chanting and different activities. uh, we tell them to see some, like, the qualities which they want to desire in their child. We tell them to see, we ask them that what are the leaders or people whom you feel the child should be, because we have to raise the standard in that way, that yes. And then we tell them small stories, or tell them only to search that and do it, or repeatedly say some thing again and again, so that that frequency is created. That mantra also has the same effect, so that also helps them out. So that way, through meditation, through samskaras, we help them to have a healthy baby and healthy delivery also, when they come in the last trimester. As we said about meditation, creative visualization is what we have learned here. And so that creative visualization we use here, so we are combining the traditions and the science together, and it is working very wonderfully. So this tradition, what we tell them, we first, so we are there with them for whole 9 months. So we are from initial only, we start telling them that all the positive, we try to we try them to take all the positives. So at the end also, the fear is there that how the pregnancy will be, or how my delivery will be. So that is a different scenario and different ball games. And from second trimester only, that bother they are bothered. So we told them that you have to be like connected to your own self, connected to your baby, and things will happen smoothly. So there are some particular meditation which we tell them to do, where they visualize that how the uterus is opening, how the body is completely relaxed. Initially, during delivery, when at home only people used to deliver, and they that process was very unique, and mother was also healthy, baby was also healthy. Why was it? Because they were knowing certain facts, and the body was completely relaxed. But now, when the thought comes, any small thought also can create the blockage, and that's why the uterus is not opening completely. So if we have normal delivery or c-section, it is very essential that we are relaxed, and the body should open completely and come again to this normal position, so that after delivery also we can regain our vigor, we can regain our strength properly. So this is the time where we have to work upon. And this creative visualization, affirmation, mantra chanting, everything works wonders. Trust me, like
Yes,
as like you can actually see the difference. Uh,
absolutely. See, I'll just put it to the practical scenario of what you have actually mentioned most of the things people are doing. See, for example, the second samskar that Poonam was talking about is nothing but a baby shower tradition. How many of you do Srimantam? We call it Srimantam across South India. No, English word is baby shower. When we do this, these sanskar, it's not only blessing and creating a positive atmosphere at home. Not only that, the kind of gesture of wearing bangles or the gesture of blessing the newborn, unborn, and the new mother, would-be mother. There's so many things. Positivity. It adds on to the positivity and hope, and the sounds of the bangles. You all might have heard, like, they're very important for the development of the baby. There is a reason behind doing each and everything. Simply as meditation and other things, as Poonam was mentioning, most of the time these days, the doctors are suggesting and putting everybody on bed rest. Okay, your uterus is weak, you have a low lying uterus, you are supposed to be on bed. So, what women are doing by lying on bed? Getting tensed. Is that anything of use? So, instead of getting yourself worried, okay, whether how the uterus is, whether the bed rest is needed or not, that's secondary. But to be on the first front, how are you managing your stress levels? You all might have heard, listen to some good music. It diverts you. You may feel good. There's nothing but a meditation. Simple things in life is what makes us draw towards the positivity. And as Poonam was mentioning about home deliveries, I was remembering when 5 years back also, when I was living in Switzerland, Belgium, I delivered my daughter in Switzerland. There, even today, I have an option to choose home delivery. It's not it's not like it's an extincted practice anymore. In India, we run behind hospitals for the fear of happening something uneven or unexpected. Since people have so much of fear, they want to go, be there, get addressed by doctors, and be safe. But when we work on the root cause of fear, you can do the same beautiful process anywhere. That's the beauty of home deliveries. It's as simple as that. To put across all these things that Poonam has actually stated in detail, it's been in practice, but they're all forgotten. And it is our responsibility as coaches to bring them light and bring them you all into the alignment so that you'll start realizing the importance of these small things, which brings on greater change. It even works on the kind of attachment a mother has with the unborn baby. You all might have heard about Abhimanyu story. He heard the whole uh, Chakravyuh story even before the birth. That powerful is the process of pregnancy. And if a mother can use that 9 months, you can turn your baby into anything that you want. We have one example here, Sirisha. I'll get her sometime. She has been with this practices for all the 9 months and she recently delivered a baby boy. So having said that, Poonam, that's a lot of inputs. I want to, since we are running short of time, we have already took a lot of time. I'll cut short and ask you 2 more questions. One of the major problems that I see across women is they were unable to sleep. Because as the pregnancy progresses, there's a lot of discomfort. The discomfort women doesn't know how to manage the discomfort. Because of that, they have lack of sleep. The lack of sleep actually impacts their day again. So it becomes a vicious cycle of building up the stress, which hampers their health. So can you throw some light on how a pregnant woman, some guidance on how they can manage a good sleep? In short, maybe, so that we can take some Q&A because we are running short of time.
Yeah, so basically, if we do all the activities, there is one factor, fear is very prominent during this time. Actually, we have to be love-based, but somewhere we have become this, and this in pregnancy, it increases a lot. So when that thing is reduced, at least we are in a relaxed state. But as bodily physical changes are always happening, So small after dinner, having a small walk inside home. It is said 100 steps. After walking, you have to walk 100 steps so that you have a good sleep. And after that, just soaking your feet in warm water. You can add some essential oil, which will give you little more relaxation. And otherwise, having small with sesame oil, til tailam abhyangam, massaging your sole of the feet, telling your husband or someone to do that, because this is the time which will not come back. This will help you to have a good sleep. So uh, having a good head massage, or just walking, listening to your favorite music, listening to your favorite song, this all thing, and creating the environment where you are, in relaxed with going like not using mobiles or TV at least 3 hours before sleep. So having a good lifestyle can help you. Of course, it will not be as good as how you are normally having, and in the last trimester it will be affected. But this thing will actually at least help you to be uh, take little good sleep rather than not doing it at all.
Yeah. So the small things. See, we keep seeing women in our home around, they keep telling about the existing problem. Instead of sitting and cribbing on the problem, how many of the pregnant women will get up and take a quick shower in
Hmm.
the evening? No, that what relaxes the body. Listening to some good kind of music, or some good candles, or good some camphor. There's a lot of things which just pure. Basically, it's a personal choice of that particular women. Everybody likes different things. Someone might like flowers, someone might like lighting a diya, or someone may like something else. Even we can indulge into a lot of breathing practices. Prenatal yoga. Prenatal yoga is something, the yoga specifically meant to be done during pregnancy. These
Yes.
specific postures and these specific breathing techniques, which are meant during pregnancy, can relieve a lot of pelvic pain. It will relieve all the discomfort that one is going through. It helps the women, to stay calm and composed even when the labor pains are rigorous. No, I'm an example. I because of I'm a very avid traveler. Because of too much of travel, I ended up with a lot of pelvic pain in my fifth month. It's a kind of fifth month. And believe me, guys, I started prenatal yoga, and I even did my prenatal yoga practice for 1 hour. Even during the day, I went to my hospital for admission. Means, of course, they don't admit beforehand. You have to get the pains. The pains have to get vigorous. Then only they will let you come into the hospital. Also, that the system is different. But the things is like there are a lot of things to stay calm, to stay composed, to prepare ourselves for the upcoming event. When we do these small things step by step, that's what helps a person to be healthy, attain good health, good sleep, vigor and vitality. Is it not, Poonam?
Yeah, definitely. Yoga and music is one of the things which will help you throughout your pregnancy journey and making it more beautiful, and removing all that aches and pain, at least reducing it to a good amount where you really enjoy and indulge in your pregnancy.
Okay. So there's one comment from Fatima. She said, I had an opportunity to do prenatal yoga and got spontaneous delivery. Fatima, did you do under a trained person? Myself. See, this is very important. You cannot, or any person, we cannot afford to do, especially pregnancy is such a vulnerable stage that this technique, see, a normal person also should not practice the normal yoga. You need a trainer. That's an expertise. And that too, if one tries something on themselves on a special occasion, no, we are creating more harm to ourselves. It's very important to keep in mind, because we have lots of videos in YouTube, net, everywhere. But it's my sincere request to you all, please do not do them. You need a trainer. And my trainer used to be a Mexican. So I'm sorry for that, Fatima, but this is how we have to go through. So there is one question to you from Prashanti Poonam. I have been facing cold and cough from starting of my pregnancy till now. It was not recovered. Can you suggest some tips to relieve?
Yeah, so actually, if it is very prolonged, you have to consult your gynecologist that why this is happening. And small things, what you can do is having herbs like what is it? Is it trifla or ginger, dry ginger powder in honey, and in daily activities you can have it. Having turmeric and black pepper powder in milk and have it. But if it is prevalent for very long time, you have to consult the doctor so that he can help you out properly. And the small step, definitely you can take it out, and this will help you to relieve. And nowadays, the cold cough which is going on, that is really very prolonged, and it is taking time for recovery. So just take care of that thing, that at least like glycerin, jamuleti, small stick. What you can do it, you can just keep it or drink water at the night. So this things you can do.
Absolutely. So truly said, Poonam. Last, I think, couple of weeks, little more than couple of weeks, me and my daughter, both of them, we are constantly running a low grade fever. It's below 100, but it's always above 99. So finally, after 10 days of wait, I took my daughter to the pediatrician. You know what the pediatrician said? I just love what he said. He said, ma'am, this is what is happening around every day.
Yeah.
When there is no discomfort, when there is no sign and symptom, when the child is active, let the low grade fever be there, because infections were rampant. Because after the pandemic, the situation has become so like that infection has become part of our life. We need to work on it. There are ways and means, because we cannot live like this, but this is what the scenario as of now. So Sirisha is asking how to address vomitings during pregnancy, Poonam.
So we just covered like initially. So when there is a first this of pregnancy, first trimester and all that, the pregnancy is more due to what. If you are having just take check on your diet what you are having. If you are having more of junk food, fried food, something which is aggravating all that thing, so that is aggravating your doshas too, so you have to reduce that thing, and select or take some healthy alternatives, so that will help to calm down. Or suppose what happens, some people are very quick, like vomitings, if we see it is happening in the first semester, so very quickly they do all the things. So suppose they're exercising, and the day they came to know they have conceived and they're pregnant, they want to exercise in that same pace. So that also aggravates the Vata doshas, which can induce the vomiting. So if they want to do it, they have to be more mindful, more conscious, and slowly, steadily they have to you know uh, come into that phase and start exercising and going forward. So all the aspect we have to take care, so the vomiting will be definitely reduced, and having the local fruits, vegetables, and as we saw, sweet foods, sweet rasas, madhur ras food, milk, that all will help to reduce the dosha. So when the doshas are reduced, vomiting will be reduced automatically.
Yeah. Just on a positive note, I also want to add one point here, guys. The sign of vomiting is very, very healthy. If someone has nausea and vomiting, it means their HCG levels, a hormone which protects your pregnancy. If it is too high, then you end up having nausea. And it's a good sign. If you have more of nausea, more of vomitings, just believe that your baby is doing perfectly normal. This is very important realization that one should take home. And along with that, the technique that I followed is I used to sip a small portion of ginger tea. That really used to help me relieve from all these things. And it differs from person to person. This is my preference. We need to work on it. Okay, so guys, do we have any more questions? I think I covered and did not miss anything from the chat. If you have any questions, you can unmute and ask Poonam as well, or you can type in the chat box. I can read it for her.
Ma'am, Soumya here.
Yeah, hi, Soumya.
Hi. See, once the pregnancies are over, and most of the women these days are landing up with fibroids in uterus and going for hysterectomy and all that. Earlier, that was not the scenario, right? I mean, how to care for the uterus? I mean, once the pregnancies are done. I know this is little off topic. Maybe if she can throw some light on it.
Sure. Poonam, would you like to go ahead?
So actually, we tried to follow the tradition method. First is to every every aspect is very important. Like nothing is very different that what we have to do after delivery. So if you are like as Jyothi correctly said that it has to happen. Like you cannot prepare directly for your exams. You will not have you will not gain good marks there. So that preparation starts before conception only. So from that time, that thing is there automatically at the end also. As the body is prepared consciously, we have accepted many things. That thing is happening. So during delivery 40-45 days we have that time we completely rest, because the vata accumulation is there in the abdomen, because we were having such a huge amount of the baby, and the sac was there and it is removed. So there are the activities which are done after delivery, such as proper massage. There are medicated oils which are recommended and which should be soaked. The Garbhini or the lady who has delivered should soak herself in that oil and have certain galactogogues and something, so that all the vatas or the air should be removed from the body completely. And after 40-45 days, if the proper rest is there and that diet is proper, automatically the doshas are removed. Then there will be no chance of having such problem. Nowadays what is happening, the trend is on where after delivery you have to in a week or two you want a normal you want to show it is normal and have a normal lifestyle. So what happens in that scenario, that the uterus is not recovered properly. As the body is we saw how in delivery the whole body is relaxed and uterus is fully opened. So it takes around a month to come back to its original shape. So we have to give that time and do all the activities which is pertaining to that. That if we do that, automatically this complications will not arise much.
Yeah. So the simple example, Soumya, if I give you a rubber band, okay, and you stretch it this much and leave it, it will get back to normal, right? Whereas if you stretch this much and hold it for 1 hour, will it get back to the same normal size?
Yeah, not.
So, body, be it uterus, be it our bones, our musculature, how your pregnancy is progressing purely depends on how you have prepared your body earlier, and how the state of your body post pregnancy purely depends on what you have done during pregnancy.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's the right practices. See, when we exercise every single day, each and every organ is holded in position. It has its own elasticity. It knows how to stretch and how to get back. When a person doesn't do anything and suddenly if we stretch like a balloon and leave it for like that for 1 month or 9 months and you leave it, will it get back to normal? And we say, I have got a C-section, so my tummy is not going back. We blame C-sections for that. How fair? Think about it. So there is also one interesting question: is normal delivery possible after C-section?
Now, definitely, we are seeing many cases where normal delivery is possible after C-section. That is, even after 1-2 years, people have delivered normally after C-section. So yes, it is possible and it can happen.
Absolutely. See, every pregnancy is different. Even the same mother, different pregnancies are totally different. So VFBC has become quite common. People are under the notion that once a C-section happens and they have to land up in C-section only, but this is just it's a myth. It basically, again, depends on all the statement that we have been discussing last week, this week. How well are you treating yourself? And it depends on the condition of your body. That's what makes you fit for the VABC. Okay, I think we are more or less done with the questions. So you want to share some final words, Poonam, before we wind up the session?
As everyone said, we have to understand the pregnancy is not only one part. It is just piece of everything connecting together. So want to end it with one of my one case which really happened. So actually she was my friend. So after that only we started with Garbha Sanskar. So she had conceived earlier and she was knowing that I was doing this for my daughter, and she told I want to do it. But initially when she got pregnant, she conceived and there was no heartbeat, so they had to remove that to abort the child. It was barely not even 12 weeks. And then she went into that fear part and she was unable to come out of it. So with all the techniques which we discussed here, uh, we removed the fear part first before the conception process through detox and physical, mentally, emotionally, everything, releasing the fear part. And then she was unable to conceive. So through IUI, she conceived and we used all the techniques. So in that IUI method, within a month, by creative visualization with affirmations and removing the fear, within a month she conceived, and she always wanted a twins and she conceived twins. And as she was the twins were there, the doctor always kept her in that notion that after 6 months your this cervix size is like large, so you might have delivery after 6 months. But all that process helped her to take that delivery, carry that baby still 9 months, and the time and date when the doctor gave her, they like she carried them, and now the kids are fine, and she has one son and one daughter, and she managed that 6 months the complication which happened. And afterwards also, now she's enjoying with her babies, and she understood the importance of all the things which we are doing holistically, how it helps. Mentally, if we create that thing, automatically, physically, it is much more easier to transit and happen it in reality. So this can happen, everything can happen. So in pregnancy, in proper pregnancy, proper delivery, everything can happen. Just we should have trust in ourselves and in our body, and we have to love ourselves to the fullest.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm just remembering two anecdotes while you are talking about this. I'll quickly mention them because they're really close to my heart, and people should know these kind of facts. This is way back in 2009, I guess, when I was residing in Switzerland. My doctor, Dr. Landot, she declared one of my friend as you will never ever get pregnant in ever life. Because all the tests, it was given by a fertility expert in Switzerland, whereas Switzerland claims the best maternity services across the world. You know, and with the same doctor, she delivered 2 baby girls. I'll tell you one more example. This recently happened in Belgium 4 years back, where she's also one of my close friends. She's a Kannadiga, where the doctors declared you have charred fallopian tubes, whereas fertilization is impossible ever in life. And she happily now has a baby with 3 years old. No, this is just a transformation of thought process. If you want to believe what is there in papers, you believe that. If you want to come out of it and believe something else which you want to make and create your own world, it's absolutely possible. So this is bottom line for today's session. And thank you so much, Poonam, for joining us today and throwing so much of insights. And we love to have you again. And thank you for today. And thank you all
so
for
much.
joining us.
Thank you, Jyothi. Thank you, everyone, for just. Thank you, Jyothi.
Thank you.
I really love
It's
the
our pleasure.
examples